Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I really need to tell you this story. Now, when I tell stories and when I teach people to tell stories, I tell them to tell their own stories. And this is actually a story from one of my friends, but she gave it to me, and then it became a part of my story because of the way we analyzed what happened and talked about it. Anyway, let me tell you what happened. Um, she's not a therapist or a doctor or a priest, so she could actually tell me the story. She was working with one of her clients, and um, and she knew when the woman came that it was going to be difficult because the woman says things that are wholly inappropriate, and she really doesn't like it. But she didn't know how to approach it. She didn't know how to say, and she was hoping that she never had to see this woman again. But the woman called frantically, "I really need your services." So she said, "Well, okay." And so she began to meditate, and she began to meditate. What came up for her was to be her full, authentic self. And so, as was expected, the woman said some stuff that she shouldn't have said. She began to tell her how the races should not be mixing, and she's really against interracial couples, and she's against all the race mixing because we have to keep the white race poor. I'm sorry, we have to keep the white race pure. This is what she's saying to my friend. So my friend is like, "What?" Now, my friend is white, and so she's telling her this, thinking it's going to be okay. So she's still meditating on being her full self, and then she goes, oh, I get it. I understand. I understand." And the woman says, "You do? You understand?" She says, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. My grandfather was a racist. You believe that because you're racist." And she said she didn't even realize she was telling the woman she was a racist until she caught herself, or actually until she shared the story with another friend of ours. She said she was just really being herself. "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah. You're a racist. Okay. I get it. I understand where you're coming from now." And the woman just like shut up and changed the subject and moved on to something else. And then eventually she said, "You know any good shows?" And she said, "Yeah, I do." And she told her about a show, and she said, "Oh, you won't like it. The white woman is married to a black man." So we were talking about it, and we were saying, when we are our true self, we don't abide by things that cut against our true self. And sometimes we're willing to put up with things from others because we're willing to step outside of ourselves just to be okay with somebody else. We don't say what we're really feeling. We don't say how we feel by what they're telling us because we're allowing them to pull us from our true self. But her meditation to be her whole self could not stop her from calling the thing what it was. I love you.